Most people completely misunderstand how easy it looks to start a company in Egypt. And the truth is, one small mistake in the early stages can quietly cost you months of delays, unexpected fees, and serious legal complications. If you're planning to register an LLC in Egypt, there's something extremely important you need to know first. Egypt does allow foreign entrepreneurs to set up companies, but the process is structured in a very specific way, and if you don't follow it properly, things can go wrong very quickly. Let me explain. Imagine Michael Dotson. He's an entrepreneur looking to expand into the Middle East and North Africa. He's heard that Egypt has a massive population, a growing economy, and strategic access to both African and Middle Eastern markets. It sounds like a perfect opportunity. So naturally, he searches for Egypt LLC registration. At first, everything seems straightforward. He sees references to limited liability companies, relatively low capital requirements, and government initiatives supporting investment. But here's where things get interesting. Egypt does have an LLC structure, commonly known as a limited liability company, but locally it's referred to as an LLC under the company's law, often called an ASRLE in some contexts. And while it sounds familiar, the actual process involves multiple government authorities, approvals, and compliance steps. And this is where most people make their first mistake. They assume the process is quick and simple. Now let's bring in Sarah. Sarah is a digital entrepreneur who wants to open a marketing agency in Egypt. She assumes she can register online, get a license, and start operating within a week. But this is where things can go very wrong. In Egypt, company formation typically involves working with the General Authority for Investment and Free Zones, often known as GAFI. And while GAFI has streamlined many procedures, the process still requires proper documentation, approvals, and in some cases, in-person steps. Sarah didn't prepare her documents correctly. And what happens next changes everything. Her application was delayed, forcing her to reschedule meetings and push back her launch timeline. But here's the problem. Most people underestimate the importance of preparation. Now let's go back to Michael. After seeing Sarah's experience, he decides to take a more strategic approach. He starts by understanding the structure of an Egyptian LLC. And this is where clarity begins. An Egyptian LLC can be formed with at least 2 shareholders and allows 100% foreign ownership in most sectors. Sounds great, right? But here's where it gets tricky. Certain activities may still require special approvals or restrictions. And this is where things can get confusing. David assumed all business activities were open to foreigners. But when he tried to register a company in a restricted sector, his application faced complications. So, here's the smarter approach. Clearly define your business activity before starting the registration process. Now, Michael does exactly this. He defines his business as a consulting firm and begins preparing his documents. And this leads to the next step. Choosing a company name. This might seem simple, but here's where many people overlook an important detail. Your company name must be unique and approved by the authorities. Jessica submitted a name that was too similar to an existing company. And this is where things can go very wrong. Her application was rejected, forcing her to start over. So always prepare multiple name options. Now once your name is approved, the next step is drafting the company's Articles of Association. This document outlines your company's structure, ownership, and operations. Emily tried to use a generic template. But here's where it gets dangerous. Her document didn't fully comply with Egyptian regulations, and her application was delayed. So again, attention to detail is critical. Now here's where the process becomes more structured. You need to submit your documents to GAFI. This includes your Articles of Association, identification documents, and details of shareholders and directors. But here's where things get interesting. GAFI has significantly improved its systems, making the process more efficient compared to the past. However, the responsibility for accuracy is still on you. Any mistake can lead to delays. Now once your documents are approved, your company is officially incorporated. And this is a major milestone. But here's the problem. Many people think this is the final step. Why? In reality, it's just the beginning. Because now you need to complete post-registration requirements. One of the most important is obtaining a commercial registration certificate. This allows your business to operate legally. Daniel thought incorporation was enough. But when he tried to sign contracts, he realized he needed this certificate. And this delay cost him valuable opportunities. Now let's talk about taxation. Once your company is registered, you need to obtain a tax card and register with the tax authority. And this is where things can get complicated if you're not prepared. Sarah didn't complete her tax registration properly. And what happens next changes everything. She faced penalties that could have been avoided. So always ensure your tax registration is complete before starting operations. Now let's move to another critical step: opening a corporate bank account. This is essential for managing your company's finances. But here's where things can slow down. Banks in Egypt require detailed documentation and may conduct background checks. Michael prepared all his documents in advance, and this allowed him to open his account smoothly. But here's where things get interesting. If your documentation is incomplete, the process can take much longer. So preparation is key. Now, let's talk about licensing. Depending on your business activity, you may need additional permits to operate legally. And this is where many beginners get caught off guard. Because not all businesses are treated equally. David assumed his business didn't require additional licenses. But when he tried to operate, he faced regulatory issues. So always check the requirements for your specific industry. Now let's pause for a moment. At this point, you might feel like the process involves many steps. And that's true. But here's the insight that changes everything. Egypt is not a difficult place to start a business. It's a structured place. If you follow the system, things move forward. If you try to skip steps, problems appear. Now let's return to Michael. After carefully completing each step, name approval, registration, tax setup, banking, and licensing, his company is fully operational. And here's the mini payoff. He now has a business in one of the largest markets in the region, with access to millions of potential customers. But, more importantly, he understands the system. And that gives him an advantage. Because while others struggle with confusion, he moves forward with confidence. Now let's talk about timelines. How long does it take to register an LLC in Egypt? If everything is prepared correctly, it can take a few weeks. But if you make mistakes, it can take much longer. And this is where preparation becomes your biggest asset. Now let's bring everything together. Registering an LLC in Egypt involves choosing the right business activity, reserving a company name, drafting compliant documents, submitting them to GAFI, obtaining commercial registration, completing tax registration, opening a bank account, and securing necessary licenses. Each step matters. Each decision impacts your success. But if you approach it strategically, something powerful happens. Because you're not just starting a company. You're entering a market full of opportunity. And that's the real advantage. Egypt offers access to a large population, strategic location, and growing economy. But only for those who understand how to navigate the system. And once you do, you stop guessing. You stop making costly mistakes. You start making informed decisions. You become more strategic, more confident, more capable of building something that lasts. So if you're serious about expanding into international markets, Egypt can absolutely be a strong choice. As long as you respect the process and plan carefully. If you found this guide helpful and want more videos that break down complex global opportunities like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Because the more you understand these systems, the more control you gain over your future. And that's where real freedom begins.